Hi, yogis. Welcome to your practice today. This morning, I thought I'd put together a practice based around the sense of cultivating, a sense of being at home in your own body. For me, it's one of the most powerful things my yoga practice offers me is that remembrance that I am enough how I am and that I can come back to my practice at any time to remember that. So come to your mat. We're going to start laying down. So any comfortable shape, you can lay in Shavasana, you can lay with knees bent, feet wide, palms open. Take a couple of big deep breaths there. I'm going to continue to return to the mantra of I feel at home in my body. Let the gentle hug of gravity draw you to the earth. Let the back body be really soft. Make your breath deep and even. Breathe big into the belly, fill right up. And really let yourself soften on every exhale. I feel at home in my body. Couple more breaths here. Allowing your awareness to become more internal. Letting go of any busyness or distractions. Knowing that this time, this practice is purely for you. Moving really slowly, send the knees into the chest. Just start to take them in a gentle circle, massaging through the lumbar spine, lower back, the top of the hips. So taking in both directions. And release your feet back to the floor. Take the right ankle across the left thigh and come into a figure four stretch. So you interlock the fingers under that left hamstring. You have to lift up to make that shape, then let the upper body come back to being nice and relaxed. Just gently start to draw that right shin in towards the body. But for most of us, we'll get a nice stretch through that outer right hip. Keep the breath big. And put your left foot and then point and flex foot. So you're getting a nice stretch to the back of the leg, through the calf, through the front of the foot. And then gently release. You can swap sides. So right foot to the floor, left ankle across the right thigh. Again, interlocking fingers behind that right hamstring. Starting with figure four stretch, gently drawing the shin towards the body. Again, for most of us, the stretch will be in this outer left here. Just getting a sense of where you're at this morning, coming back into conversation with the messages our body gives us, which is constant. We're always in conversation. We're not always listening. I think that's where our yoga practice can be really powerful. It encourages us to be in conversation with our body and to receive the messages our body is continually giving us. You can point that right leg and then point and flex the foot. Then gently release. Time hug both knees into the chest. Hug yourself into a nice little ball, even bringing your chin towards your knees. Then bring the back to the floor. Grab the outer edges of the feet, coming into happy baby pose. So gently drawing the knees down. You might even want to gently rock side to side. And release the feet. Hug the knees in and slowly start to rock back and forth. Massaging each vertebrae until finally coming all the way up to a comfortable seat. And then sitting easy cross legs. Take a nice big inhale, reach fingers to the sky. And then exhale, open to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open left. So keep this pattern going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Once more each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, make your way back to center. And then exhale, bring the hand to the knee, right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Just come into a gentle twist. Keeping in mind, we're only just warming up. No need to go to the maximum. Starting that conversation with the spine, encouraging some inner fluidity. Inhale, come back to center, reach the hands. And exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, nice and long through the spine. Exhale, very gently starting to twist. Once again, inhale, come back to center, reach fingers to the sky. Exhale, twist back to the first side. This time, using the front hand to really pull on the knee. Back fingertips reach over towards the opposite knee. So most of us will get a really nice stretch through the sideways, through the lower back. Keep gently rolling the heart to the sky. Nice big belly breath. Inhale, gently release. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach fingertips. Exhale, once again, twist. So again, using this front hand on the knee to hold on tight. Inhale, reach the back fingertips up and then reach over towards the opposite leg. So again, just moving until you feel a stretch or an opening. And again, a gentle turn of the chest towards the ceiling. And then like in any shape, once you've made that shape or come into the pose, return to the breath. The inhale fills the belly up. The exhale naturally draws the navel back towards the spine. Next inhale, lift and lengthen, and gently release. Coming onto your knees, extend the right leg out to the side, stack the hips, reach your right fingertips to the ceiling. Turn the palm to the ear and reach over, gate pose. Again, nice side body stretch, getting really long, creating a bit more space. Inhale, sweep the fingertips, the front of the body, and then come to the second side. Stack the hips, extend that left leg, reach left fingertips to the sky, and then over the ear. Inhale, come back through center. Return to the first side. This time, having the option, if you'd like to float that right leg, you can. And you have to activate your core a little more, draw the belly button towards the spine, press into the ball of the right foot. And release the foot to the floor. Again, fingers come in front of the body, and then take it to the second side. Again, make the shape first. If it's accessible, you can reach or float the leg. Release the foot. Return the fingertips in front of the body. And then come into child's pose, just a couple of breaths. On the next inhale, lift your gaze and come into downward facing dog. Noticing already this sense of returning to center, sense of coming home to your own body. That space within that's purely yours, belongs to no one else. Place where you can be at home, where you can listen to your own intuition. And then come right up onto the balls of feet. Tiny little steps, tiptoe all the way
to the top of your yoga mat. Coming into Uttanasana, a little bend in the knees, at the top of the head, lengthen to the floor. And then take the elbows into the hands, ragdoll, just letting yourself gently rock side to side. Working out any kinks, creating that sense of fluidity in the body. Release the hands, bend the knees and slowly roll all the way to stand. Hands by the sides, eyes closed. Tadasana, mountain pose. Rest here, just a few breaths. With a sense of all four corners of your feet pressing firmly into the floor. Energy rebounding up into the legs, tailbone lengthening down. Heart gently lifting and softening. Shoulders relaxing onto the back. And then finally, check in with your face, your jaw, those little muscles that sometimes hold tension. Allow them also to soften. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, take the palms wide. Exhale, fold fingers to the floor. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring the back knee to the floor. Press down to lift up, low lunge. Release hands either side of that front foot. Press the hips back to stack them over that back knee. You might have to shimmy your front heel forward. Spread the toes, coming into runner's lunge. So leaning out and over that front thigh just until you feel the stretch. And if you want to take it a little deeper, take both hands outside that right leg. Lean your body out over that right side. Just take it to a slightly different area. Well, it's a really good idea to change the shape slightly that we always practice. Releasing a muscle in a completely different way. Inhale, walk your hands back either side of that front foot. Bend the knee. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Release the feet. Inhale, cobra. Really gentle to start. Exhale, soften. Couple more like this. Inhale. Letting the soft palate lift or guide or lead the movement. Exhale, melt. One more. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale. Step it through between the hands, bring the back knee down. Release the top of the back foot, coming into low lunge on the second side. Release hands either side of that front foot, coming into runner's lunge. Again, hips stacked over that back knee. A little bit of action in this left leg as we lengthen out and over, just until you feel the stretch.
And often one side will feel different than the other. It's very human. If we were perfectly balanced, we wouldn't need to practice any yoga. Inhale, release that foot to the floor. Actually, no, sorry. Come back and take the hands either out the other side. Sorry, I missed a step. Again, lengthening out and over, taking that stretch into just a slightly different area. Now you can inhale, come back to center. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. So if you're feeling really tight in your lower back of your hamstring today, please make sure you put a bend in your knees for downward facing dog. Exaggerate the tilt of your sit bones up and back. The neck lengthens towards the hands. Upper arms hug to the midline. Looking to get that elongation and release through the spine. And the last step is if you can keep the shape and then straighten your legs, go for it. But it's certainly not essential. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw it in, step it through between the hands and then press down to lift up, crescent lunge. Inhale, reach a little longer and then exhale, open to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, open left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And then come into arrowhead. So lean the belly out over that front thigh. Fingertips reach back towards the back heel. Drawing the belly away. Okay, hugging this front thigh bone into the hip socket, like you're trying to draw it back. And press down. Inhale, windmill up to warrior two. Make any little adjustments that you need to with your feet. Strong press into all four corners of both feet. Gaze that over that middle finger. Turn the front palm up, lean it back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, sweep it through side angle pose, forearm to thigh. Top hand reaches first to the ceiling and then over the ear. Lengthen tailbone to the top of the head. If you can make your front thigh a little longer as you press into the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, press down and float back, warrior two. And then turn the feet to face the side of the mat. Bring the hands to the hips and fold into Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Keep drawing the kneecaps up as you lengthen through the back of the neck. Inhale, press down to come up with a long spine. And then windmill the hands, turn to face the front of your mat, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Press down to lift up. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arrowhead. So lean out and over that left thigh. It's on the ball of the back foot. Keep hugging this left thigh bone back into the hip socket. And breathe space into the lower back of the hips. Couple of breaths. Keep drawing the belly button towards the spine. Tailbone to the top of the head's really long. And press down. Open up, windmill into warrior two, second side. You can make any little adjustments you need to with your feet. Shoulders are soft. Firm press into all four corners of both feet. Send the front palm up, lean it back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, forearm to the front thigh, reach fingertips to the ceiling, and then palm over the ear. Again, keep trying to lengthen your front thigh bone as you press into the outer edge of the back foot. Like you're pressing your thigh bones away from each other. Tailbones long, keep lengthening into that soft palate. Inhale, press down, float back to warrior two. And then turn the feet to the opposite side of your mat. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Fingers to the floor. Going into wide-legged forward fold on the second side. So again, keep drawing the kneecaps up. Sit bones hug to the midline. It's accessible this side until your fingers behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Taking the knuckles either towards the ceiling or slightly over towards the head. Get a little shake out. Get the back of the neck long and relaxed. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. Strong legs. Turn to the front of your yoga mat. Windmill the hands. Step back. Your choice, vinyasa, down dog. If you need a child's pose, please take it. The beauty of being on video is you can just press pause, take a rest when you need to. Otherwise, keep moving with me, downward facing dog. Repeat that mini sequence again. Inhale, right leg lift. Exhale, draw it in, place the foot between the hands. Press down to lift up. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open left.
Inhale, reach. Lean out and over, arrowhead. So belly lengthening out over that front thigh. Back leg strong, staying on the ball of the back foot. If you're feeling really strong today, reach your hands either side of your ears. Extend to the front of the room. Keep hugging that front thigh bone in. Press down, inhale. Open up to warrior two. Turn the front palm open, lean back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, float through side angle pose. So option this round to go a little deeper if you would like. If it's enough for you, stay where you are. Otherwise, bring your fingertips inside, front knee. Keep the back leg strong, keep extending tailbone to the top of the head. Inhale, press down, float back to warrior two. Press the front leg straight, turn the feet to parallel. Bring the hands to the hips. Again, reactivate the legs, particularly turn on the thighs, lift the kneecaps up, and then fold forward. And the top of the head, stay nice and long. Press down, lift up, come up with a long spine. Turn yourself back to the top of your yoga mat. Wiggle the hands, step back. Your choice, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw it in, step it between the hands, press down and lift up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right. Inhale, reach. And then lean out and over, coming into arrowhead. Again, you've got to use your belly here, draw away from the thigh, lean out and over, like you're hovering your belly over your thigh. Back leg is strong. Front thigh bone keeps drawing into the hip socket. If you feel strong, you took the option on the other side, you can reach fingers either side of your ears to the front of the room. Inhale, press down, windmill open to warrior two. Turn the front palm open, lean back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, float through side angle pose. So again, option to stay here. If you took it on the first side, bringing your left fingertips inside that front knee. Strongly into the outer edge of the back foot. Heart open, spine long. Next inhale, press back, warrior two. Turn the feet to parallel. Turn the legs once more and then fold. Pratsarita Padasana. Again, this side, if you're wanting to take the fingers behind you, draw the shoulder blades together, press the knuckles to the sky, or even take them over towards your head. Just check in that you're not hyperextending through your elbows. If you're like me, you might have to deliberately put a little bend in your elbows. Release the hands, bring the hands to the hips, press down strongly to come up with a long spine. Again, turn yourself back to the top of your yoga mat, windmill the hands, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little warmer, start to feel that inner fire. Muscles gearing up, body opening up, blood flowing. At the end of an exhale, lift your gaze. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, back to the heart. Can take a couple of breaths here. Softening the outer edges of your body. Checking in with those areas that hold tension or that you know you have a tendency to hold tension. From shoulders, jaw, forehead. Soften something. I feel at home in my body. Release the hands. Take a nice wide stance. And turn the heels in and bend the knees. So coming into goddess pose. I know, it's hard. Bring the hands to the heart. So rather than stay stagnant today, I want you to let yourself move. Turn the palms away. A nice stretch to the upper back and take the palms to the ceiling. Keep lengthening the tailbone down, lifting the heart up, extending through that soft palate. So again, if you click your tongue, you're extending into that space. And release the hands. Take them to the thighs so you can actually lean. It'll feel much easier. And again, connect to that sense of fluidity. Let yourself roll your shoulders, rock the hips. You might sit a little taller. You might lean forward a little bit more. Connecting to what feels really good in your body. Remembering that healthy tissue is fluid, it moves well. Tissue that's diseased or dying or sick is stuck. So fluidity in our practice is really important. And it means your yoga can sometimes feel a bit more like a dance, which is always good. Couple more breaths here. Bring the hands back to the heart, straighten the legs, turn the toes back to center, and step or jump to the midline, and then come back to the top of your yoga mat. Take weight into your right leg and lift your left knee into stork pose. So keeping your hips even. Sometimes we have this tendency to want to hike a hip up as we lift our leg. So deliberately take your hands to your frontal hip points, keep them still as you lift that knee into stork pose. And then moving super slow, like you're moving through something really thick and viscous and supportive. Float into airplane, warrior three. Take the arms wide, like you're literally using the air beneath you for you to feel buoyant. Back toes point to the floor. Outer left hip rolls down, like you're trying to widen through the lower back and the pelvis. Put a nice deep bend in that front knee and float back, coming into crescent lunge. And then open it up, warrior two. Windmill the hands, either side of that front foot, step back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. The end of an exhale, lift your gaze, step or float to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side. You're going to take hands to your front of hip points. Lift the right knee, coming into stork pose, second side. And then moving again, like you're moving through something really viscous and supportive. Float into airplane, warrior three. But keep the arms wide, like you're using the air beneath you to lift you up and hold you up. Again, back toes point down, outer right hip this time rolls to the floor. Like you're trying to widen that lower back. And then bend that front knee, step back, coming into crescent lunge. Landing as lightly as you can. And then open it up, warrior two. Windmill the hands, step back. Your choice, vinyasa, down dog, child's pose if you need it. The end of an exhale, lift your gaze, step or float to your hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round like that. Take weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee into stork. Move this a little faster this time. And then float, warrior three. So your arms can be wide, you can reach straight in front of you if you've got the space. You can take your hands to your heart. Bend that right knee, float back, crescent lunge. Open it up, warrior two. Windmill the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or bhujangasana. Exhale back, downward facing dog. At the end of an exhale, lift your gaze, bend your knees, step or float to your hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side, inhale, stork pose. Right knee lifts. Float back, warrior three. Again, playing with that arm variation. If you've got the space, you can reach forward, bring your hands to your heart, or you can keep your arms nice and wide. Bend that front knee, float back, rebound up into crescent lunge like the floor catches you. And then open it up, warrior two. Windmill the hands, step back, one last vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Hopefully now you're feeling pretty warm. You can press the backs of your legs even more strongly to the back of the room, like you're trying to take more weight into your legs. And that gives you more traction to release shoulders, back of the neck, for the spine to get really long. Bring your knees wide, big toes together, belly, chest and forehead to the floor. So take complete rest here, let child's pose be complete surrender. Really let the back body soften. Forehead on the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, please make sure you use a block or something. It doesn't take any effort for you to be in this shape. Inhale, lift your gaze, and then come back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot just outside your right hand, and then release the back knee to the floor. So coming into lizard shape. And we're going to gently circle our hips here. Certainly not the deepest expression of the pose, but again, we're looking to create movement, fluidity, ease through the hips, lower back. And then come to stillness. Option, if it's available, you can bring forearms to the thighs. Again, letting the back body soften, hips melt towards the floor. Take weight into the hands. Press back to a three-legged dog. So lifting that right leg up and back. And then bend the knee, open the hip, and let your knees circle. So take like a big figure eight. Again, really being fluid. Once again, inhale, press the right leg to straight, hips square, and exhale, release. Inhale, second side, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it to the outside of the left hand, release the back knee down. And then again, just gently take your hips, little circles. In one direction and the other.
So letting yourself move a little bit instinctively here, going with what feels good. So you might feel like you just want to rock in one place. The circles might feel really nice. But trusting that your body will guide you to move in a way that's helpful and releasing for you. And then once again, coming to that still point. Staying here if that's enough for you. If it's accessible, you can come to your forearms, taking that deeper release. Again, really softening the back body, softening that space behind the heart, keeping the back of the neck long. Next inhale, take weight into your hands. Press back to a three-legged dog. The left leg presses straight up and back. And then again, you can bend the knee and start to snake or figure eight that leg. Again, it can be as big or as small, as slow or as fast, connecting to that sense of fluidity, movement. Once again, inhale, return to center, hips square. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your gaze, walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Take your feet wide, turn the toes out, coming into Malasana squat. The hips soften towards the floor, lifting the heart. Some of us, our heels will be off the floor, so you're gently coaxing them to come down. It's really uncomfortable, you can actually pop something under your heels. Again, coming back to our initial intention, I feel at home in my body. The sense that we don't need to change anything. We're just lovely the way we are. Release the hands, come onto your bottom. You have to shimmy up your yoga mat a little bit if you're like me. And then once again, coming to lay on your back. Bring your heels towards your hips, palms down. Just going to take a couple of rounds of rolling bridge. So inhale, curling up. Exhale, rolling down. So upper back, mid back, lower back, sacrum, coccyx. Inhale, coccyx, sacrum, lower back, mid back, upper back. Exhale down. So see if you can get each vertebrae to touch in sequence. There's no rush, just moving with your breath. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale takes you down. Couple more like that. Once again, returning to a figure four stretch, the left ankle across the right thigh, drawing the left shin bone in towards the belly. Release the hands. Keep that left ankle where it is. Bring your right foot to the floor and then cross the left leg over the right, like you're crossing your legs in a chair, coming into eagle legs.
Take your arms into cactus and then let both knees drop to the right. Breathe space into that left-hand side of the body, like you're making your waist a little longer. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, leave your legs like that, just roll them in the other direction. Now return your knees to center. Now uncross your legs. Take your right ankle across the left thigh. Come to figure four stretch on that second side. You're checking in that you've got a little bit of action in both legs, that you're not just kind of letting everything flop. Gently drawing that right shin towards the belly of the chest. Make sure head, neck, shoulders soft and relaxed on the floor. Like they're already heading into Shavasana territory. Like the upper body's already there. If you can close down your eyes, if you haven't already. Into that section of the class where we slow down, cool down, soften and surrender. Release the hands, release that left foot to the floor. Cross the right leg over the left, like you're sitting in a chair. Again, arms into cactus, and then drop both knees to the left. Once more, breathing space into that right side of the waist. Filling the belly up with each inhale. Gently drawing the navel towards the spine with each exhale. And now make your way back to center. Again, just drop the knees in the opposite direction. Bring the shoulders on the floor, upper body soft and relaxed. Inhale, come back to center. Pick one last pose where you're working symmetrically. So you might feel like you just want to hug your knees into your chest. Happy baby could be a nice option. You might even feel like you just want to lengthen out, reaching arms above the head, straightening the legs. As long as you're working evenly on both sides of the body. And then from there, you can make your way into Shavasana. So palms open, feet about mat width apart. If you've got any niggles in your lower back, put a bend in your knees, take your feet mat width apart, let the knees roll to center. Closing down your eyes if you haven't already. Really letting the back body soften into the floor. I'm going to sit up because I'm going to share a reading with you, but please stay lying, stay soft. Shavasana really is where we do our best work, where we've moved, we've been mindful of our breath, we've set specific intention. Like everything gets kind of downloaded or locked into our hard drive when we give ourselves permission to lie in relaxation.
No need to control anything. The body feel heavy. Let the breath move naturally. Sink in and surrender. Make your next breath just a little bit deeper. Very gently bringing your thoughts and awareness back to the surface. Maybe moving fingers and toes or gently turning your head side to side. As you're returning to the surface, I just wanted to share with you today one of the Radiant Sutras. So it's a Sutra number 4. This is an ancient text that has been translated by a man called Lauren Roche. It's just meditation gateways to the yoga of wonder and delight. It's a lovely way to connect to a more instinctive and, I suppose for me, a more natural sense of meditating. At the end of the exhale, breath surrenders to quietude. For a moment, you hang in the balance, suspended, in the fertile spaciousness that is the source of breath. At the end of the inhale, filled with the song of the breath, there is a moment when you are simply holding the tender mystery. In these interludes, experience opens into exquisite vastness, with no beginning and no end. Embrace this infinity without reservation. You are its vessel. Moving really slowly, draw your knees into the chest if you haven't already, and roll to the right hand side. Savor those last couple of breaths. Taking weight into your hands, press yourself to a comfortable seat. Sitting tall, long spine, soft shoulders. I feel at home in my body. And finally, bring your hands to prayer, bowing your head in gratitude to your practice today. Remembering to be mindful of our thoughts as energy follows intention. To be mindful of our words, what is powering what we speak. And to be mindful of the heart, the power of love, and the power of forgiveness. Namaste.